Hello, I thought I'd give you a video update on my present situation, and we'll have a look at some numbers as well. The key to everything is go to the end and remember the future. So today started off with a bit of rain, and it's like, what do I wear to go to Monchique? Do I put a coat on? And then I'm going to overheat. Or do I wear less and get wet? Well, I got a little bit wet, then I dried out because it's quite warm and sunny. Then I got wet because I was sweating, and then I dried out again. So today I set off to Monchique with €24 to my name in total. And all I'm doing, I'm holding this, I have this big sigh of relief because I've remembered the future. I'm already back. I've got the things I need to get through the next few days, because it's like, with €24, do I get a week's shopping and forgo having any tobacco, which will run out in a few days? So ideally I need to get some more tobacco, but obviously then that reduces how much I can spend on food. But we go with the intuition of, don't worry about the future, just let things unfold. This is what I've been doing since where I've had to start this new channel. And now I haven't lost the old channel, I just can't access it at the moment. So all is not lost. But the big sigh of relief is the thing. Let's just break down the word sigh. It's spirit, I, G is Gaia, or also God, and then H for human. So it's a sigh of relief. Now, many would probably point to the word relief and say, look, it's got rely in it. But critically, it's that sixth character, the F. But we'll come on to that. But I wanted to just go through a numeric sequence with you. I'm sure you've come across this in terms of Nikola Tesla, the universe is 369. So the other two parts of this is 147 and 258. Now there's a curious thing that happens. If you combine the 4 and the 7, you get 11, which reduces to 2. The 5 and the 8 make 13, which in reduction becomes 4. It's double of the 2, like the 2 is double of the 1. The 6 and the 9 added together gives you 15, which in reduction becomes 6, so it's double of the 3. Just a curious thing I noticed with these numbers. But this is a very interesting one in particular. If you know anything about Phoenix cataclysms every 138 years, using the Anno Domini system, when we go back to the BC era, it changes from this 369 sequence to, I think it's a 741 or 147. I can't actually remember which way it is now. But this realm is definitely a numeric code. My conclusions are that the all-seeing creator of everything, we are an aspect of that is placed here to just witness what is going on, not to interfere with it, but just to witness it. What has created this reality is basically the story of the prodigal son. It's gone out and it's made all kinds of mistakes. Anyway, the answer's very simple. So let's talk about this letter F. It's the 6th letter in the sequence of the alphabet. So we're going to use matches to do this. We'll start off with the 11. So we use 4 matches just for this. it's a doorway. It's two sides of a doorway. It's a pillar. Now, in terms of physiology and in religious texts, it's about moving up and to the right. Oh, now the wind has blown the matches. Let's put these back again. So moving up and to the right. So what all you do, you take the one pillar, you form a right angle. Now remember, 4 is a door. The difference between 4 and 11 is obviously 7, which in part is to do with the chakra system. Now you have in the sky, and I've seen it in many sort of memes and things, Polaris and the shape it forms. Well, we can use 4 matches to show you this again. Now, one way of looking at things in the negative sense is fight, flight, freeze or fawn. Oh, these matches are not going to stay. The wind has picked up. I shall draw it instead. So you always have a plan B. Create a win-win situation for yourself. This is exactly the same pattern that the sort of control system has of this reality. It doesn't matter what wins, because it's always going to win, because it sets itself up that way. So it's a beautiful pattern to actually follow. So all we do, we take the 6th letter. There's your F, like that. But of course, now if you overlay it, you're going to get this. Overlay it on the opposite polarity. And then, of course, you can do the other 2 cardinal points. And whichever way you look at it, you've got fight, flight, freeze or fawn. But of course, you can also do it the other way. You can have L, 4 L's. And you're going to get basically the same pattern again. So you notice one goes one way and one goes the other. We're actually here. We're between the 2. It's about distinguishing the 2 things. Now, do you want to go with fight, flight, freeze or fawn? Or do you want to go with light, life, illumination and love? It's see things as they are, like my situation today. Do I go to Monchique with this negative default of worry? Because a beautiful thing happened. After going to City Hall, because I've now got a brand new passport today, I've got to go back again on Thursday, which is fine. Hopefully it won't be raining by then. But this weather's rather erratic. It's reflecting the mood of the collective of this reality. And I will have this big sigh of relief. So the F is a very significant character. It's tied to the mind's eye, what you vision. Hold that sensation of a sigh of relief. That feeling of when you feel like the weight of the world is lifted off your shoulders. Just hold on to that, to every situation, and just watch it unfold. So anyway, coming back from City Hall in Monchique, back towards Intermarché, I just had this thought. I didn't even vocalise it. Within 10 minutes, I got a phone text message, someone who, I won't say their name, but someone who's been trying to find me since the sort of postponement of the old YouTube channel. And they've got the phone number, and they did manage to get in contact with me, and they're sending me a very generous donation, which couldn't have come at a better time. So I have that sigh of relief. So it's spirit, I, Gaia and God, because you've got the 2 polarities, which is reflected in Polaris. And if you look at Niven channel, it's maybe 3 years ago. It was a sort of re-upload of basically someone who's a Mason that's basically showing that 4F symbol at the center of the earth. Now, what is the earth, really? If you peel back the layer, in other words, remove the crust, the image we're given of this red molten ball, basically a fireball. So just consider what is actually being mentioned with all this going to Mars, which is referred to as the red planet. There's something to think about there. But more importantly, it is all about seeing things as they are in the moment. Where the attention goes, the energy will flow. We are basically transmitters. So if you're putting out a negative energy of worry, what do you think you're going to draw towards yourself? So to reiterate what Neville Goddard says, you deny what the five senses are showing you in the external, which is having the conscious mind now going off on all sorts of routes of how we're going to get out of this, trying to problem solve it, playing the part of Hansel. So that saying, which is in some ways sounds like a cliche saying, the answers are all within, all will be revealed to you. Seek the kingdom within and all will be revealed to you. It is about going in oneself. It is about facing your shadow side, which is tied to the ego. But it's getting everything in alignment and being able to overwrite the negative program. So you're changing the 4 F's because you can say F this, F that, F something else, and F something else. But if you change it into la, 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 doesn't that feel better? Just even saying it that way? So the F on the end of relief, it's not a re-lie, it's a relive or a re-life, because you're rewriting the program in the personal. There's no point trying to change the external of you. Just get it right in yourself first and watch it all unfold. So this is my testimony. Considering what I started out with, what I've come back with, and where this is, the direction, the trajectory that this is now going in, it's absolutely beautiful. In a world that looks beautiful, but actually isn't. It has a form of infinity, but it only can generate infinity through generations, which requires birth, life, and death. And of course, the remains, the part that you're in, the physical body, is part of this reality. It remains here. That's why they're called remains. You can't take it with you. It's just your vehicle to experience this material reality and just witness things. Because we're transmitting, so there's in part of the subconscious, it's transmitting to the pineal. It's transmitting to the heart. But just trust in your gut. The gut is the Gott, which is the God, German and English words. You've got this polarity inside yourself. You just need to do that internal pole shift and then watch it all unfold in the most magnificent way. I'm going to end this by saying, because a lot want to break out of this and get out of this, but what I will say to you is just be patient a while longer. You have nothing to worry about. You are not going to come to any harm. But like everything in this reality, it can seem agonizingly slow at times. But it comes down to the immersion. You immerse yourself into something, you'll lose track of time. You will have a slight disconnect from one of the elements of this reality, a dimension, which is time. That is the 4th dimension. So that reduces to a 3. If you close your eyes, like in meditation, or you're so engrossed in something you're creating, you'll lose sensory perception. So you'll be denying one of your 4 senses. There are not 5 senses, there are actually 4, because taste cannot happen without involving touch. It's an extension of touch. So you've actually got 4 senses, not 5. And you're in 4 dimensions rather than 3. So it's 5 of one and 3 of the other, which so you balance them out into 2 4s. But then you reduce them by 1, and that's another interpretation of what the 33 it symbolizes as well. Maybe that's blown a few minds. I hope so, in the most positive way, and blown minds as in expanding consciousness, not a destructive explosion, but an inspirational one. An inspiration, because we can't have it all come to us in one foul swoop. It will be too much. So this is why be patient a while longer and just sit back, get the popcorn out or whatever takes your fancy, and just enjoy the show and see it from a neutral standpoint. Sit with the discomfort and just allow it to pass. Secure in the knowledge, in a deep inner feeling that the universe has got your back, because you're generating the thoughts that are either going to be on the positive or the negative polarity. Depending on which one you generate is going to determine what this interactive field is going to present to you. So with that, I'm going to say love to you all. I'm sorry I've not even been looking at the camera, but we have Charis here, Damiana asleep on the chair. She's getting better at not chasing him off, which is beautiful. But I still have to watch her, but it's just one of those things, cat politics, I suppose. I'm ever so sorry this has now gone to 17 minutes, but I hope this has inspired you and uplifted you and given you a pattern to things. Opened up to new things, seeing numbers in a new way, like 33. Because it's always, what does this mean? What does this mean? Well, I've just given you another interpretation of it. Right, that really is it now. So I am going to say unconditional love to you all.